Hello class 4. So here I welcome you to my channel Science Adda with Papori. So this is the chapter of adaptation in animals from awareness science. This is a part 1 of this chapter. So this chapter we are going to talk about how the animals will adapt themselves to the different surroundings, okay, different environment. How have you ever seen that tiger lives or a camel lives in a snow area? No. Or a polar bear will live in desert? Never. It can't be, isn't it? So every animal has their own adaptations, and then we will talk about that how they adapted to different environment, what they eat, okay, different types of animals, how it is classified into different, how they eat, their food habit, then how they adapt themselves for protection. So some examples of those animals we will talk one by one. So this chapter has 3 parts. This is the first chapter, so no wasting time. Let's start our chapter. Now next slide in front of you is which animal can live in a desert? Yes, obviously. Can you see what is this figure called, known as? What is this figure? What this figure is shown? I think you all can almost see that this is a sand is there, okay? And some what are those? Those are the ships, isn't it? Yeah, those are the ships in the sand. You'll know, I think so. No, yes, because camel is known as a sheep of the desert, isn't it? So this animal, which animal can live in a desert? What will be the answer? Camel. Okay, students. So see, so beautiful camels. How many camels are there? 6. Count it once. Okay, 6 are there. So these camels are adapted themselves in a desert. Okay, but wait a minute. See here. Who is this? It is an elephant, isn't it? But why only a camel can live in a desert, not an elephant? Can you see me there? Okay. See, in desert what happens, a camel can live there, but no large animal we can't see. Snakes are there, we can see, okay. Small insects are there, crabs are there, but not an elephant. An elephant is not seen in desert, but why? Okay, now we will study how different types of animals will adapt in different types of environment. Let's see. Camel can only live in a desert. The camel is adapted to the life in a desert where there is very little food. And what happens? It has a hump on his back where the fat is stored there. So in the hump on his back, what happened? Full fat is stored there. And what happens to that fat? That fat gives him the energy. Okay. That is why it can stay without food for several days. See? So it is very interesting, isn't it? A camel can stay only in the desert, but not other animals. Okay. Now let's move to the next slide. Adapting to surroundings. Some animals can live deep inside the oceans where it is totally dark. Okay. But all animals can't. Only some animals can live deep inside the oceans also. Some animals can live on high mountains which are always covered with snow. Then animals adapt themselves to their surroundings, and according to the adaptation, animals can be divided into 5 groups according to where they live. Now what were those 5 groups? Let's study one by one. First let's see the types. Okay, move on to the next slide. Main 5 groups according to where they live. The terrestrial animals. Okay, the first group is terrestrial animals which live on land. The next one is aquatic animals that live in water. Then amphibians live in both land and water. Arboreal animals live on trees. Aerial animals spend most of their time in air. So there are the total 5 groups according where they live. Okay, now we will study descriptively and we'll see different types of pictures of different animals. Okay, first we'll go to which animal? We'll talk about the terrestrial animal. Let's see now. See how the terrestrial animal, what can you say here? Who are those? First is what? The white colored snow covered means area is covered is there. Okay, so there one polar bear is roaming about alone. Another is, second one is, see, on the right side is a kangaroo. Then on the below you see, so lovely pets are there, no? I think you all love dogs. And another is camel of that is the sheep of the desert. Now let's see the functions. Terrestrial animals, they are suited for life on land. So they will live only on land, not on air, not on trees, or not on water. Okay, so they will live on land. Most have their legs. They run fast to catch their prey or escape from enemies. So to escape from enemies, they will run very fast. Okay, they'll go far away. They have those ability to run fast. In cold regions, animals have fur. So who is that cold region? Who is here? The member is who here? The polar bear, isn't it? So it stays in the cold regions. In deserts, animals have thick skin. Thick means what? Very tough skin is there, so that the heat will not affect it. They have lungs to breathe air. So all these animals have, the terrestrial animals have lungs to breathe the air, and they perform hibernation. So some animals perform hibernation. Okay, why? What is hibernation actually, students? Hibernation means to survive, that they eat a lot of food and they go to sleep in caves or hole under the ground during the winter months. So these are the hibernate animals, they known as the hibernation. Now we'll move to the aquatic animals. See here, aquatic animals, they live their life on water. Okay, and they have fins or special legs which help them to swim in water and breathe air dissolved in water through the gills. So they breathe air through gills, and they have what? Their special fins or special legs, and they live in water. So what can you say here? How many are there? Seahorse is there, jellyfish is there, tortoise is there. Okay, so these are the animals that live only on their whole life, they live in water, not on the land. See, all are different, isn't it? These are also animals, but they live only in water. They adapted there. They are adapted. Next, we will talk about what? The amphibians. See, who are there? What amphibians are there? See, these are one. That the first one is salamander. Okay, and the below one is what? What is that? Frog, isn't it? So it will jump, no? We are scared, I think, from the frogs. And when it rains, what happens? It likes to sing like in this way, isn't it? Okay, so animals that live on both land and water, those are amphibian animals. So their legs enable them to move on land and also swim in water. So amphibian animals are what? They live in land also, water also, both. They can live both. But we humans, can we live in amphibian? Can we be amphibian? Can we live both in land and water? No, we can swim in water, but we can't sleep in water. We can't sleep. We swim in water. Okay, people swim in water, but we can't sleep in water for days and for months, for years. But these animals can. These animals can live in both land also and water also. Now see about their legs. The legs enable them to move on land and also swim in water. See, in water, they breathe through their skin. So the skin have some pores. So from that pores, what happened? They breathe. And in land, when they come in land, they breathe through the lungs. So this is very important. Okay, students. Now, in cold weather, what happens? The frogs also hibernate. I said, no, what is hibernation? So they go to sleep for many months. So this frog also hibernate. Okay. So next we will talk about what? Arboreal. Now let's see, what is arboreal? Animals. Okay. So these animals live on the trees. Yeah, so two partners are sitting on the tree. Who are they? The long tail is there, isn't it? The first picture, those are what? Our monkeys. Okay. In this way they do, no? Isn't it? They jump from one place to another. And what is their favorite food? You know, the monkey's favorite food is what? Banana. Okay. And all fruits they eat. Okay, so these animals, arboreal animals, they are known as arboreal. Arboreal animals live on trees. They also live on the land. Okay, on land also they can stay because they walk on the land. Okay, they have claws, strong arms and legs which help them to climb, and their tails are to balance themselves and grip the branches. And who are the second member in arboreal animals? The squirrel. So cute, no? And what does the squirrel eat? The squirrel eats the what? Nuts. Okay, it is interesting, no? The arboreal animals, they are so happy to that they stay on the trees. Do you like to stay on trees? Do you like it? No, we can't stay whole day, whole months. Can we sit and sleep on the trees? No, we can't. We are arboreal animals. Okay, we are actually what? We are terrestrial animals, not arboreal animals. Now the last animal is who? Let's talk about this. The beautiful what? See here. So see the beautiful flying thing. What is that? The bird and also the bat. The bat always, it stays on the trees. How you know? It flies also and it stays on the trees as means upside down. Okay, so these animals spend most of their time in air and they have wings to fly. Light body is covered with the feathers. As their light bodies, so they can fly. Okay, their bones are hollow and light. It is empty. The bones are empty, so they can fly. If the bones are heavy, they cannot fly. So migration is done by this animal. So what is migration actually? Migration means they fly thousands of kilometers to warmer places in winter in search of food and shelter, and they come back again when the winter ends. So this is known as the migration. Many birds also migrate to India in the winter time. You can see different types of birds in winter time. Different colors, different birds. Okay, in summertime you can't see many, but in winter time many migrated birds come in India. So students, what happened? We have discussed all the 5 types, isn't it? All the 5 types were what? Terrestrial animals, aquatic animals, amphibian animals, arboreal animals and aerial animals. So students, thank you. This is the end of this chapter. Then what we will do? Next part of this chapter, wait till for the next video. We will talk about what? How the animals are adapted to the kind of their food. Okay, what food they take. So till then, thank you. Bye-bye.